Hi everyone. Just a warning. Uh, Probably don't listen to this episode because I am feeling pretty petty right now, and I feel like swearing a bunch, and I have lots to say about some shit. Basically, I don't want to scare you off, especially if you're a Substack reader and then you listen to this episode. So you've been warned, like, go away now, don't listen to this if you don't like anything that I just mentioned. But before we get to that, who's autistic this week? Nobody asked. Well, I know I'm behind the curve on this one, but Wednesday from Wednesday on Netflix. So this thing, when did that show come out? 2022? I think I remember my wife and I sitting there, watched the first episode, then the second, and I was like, "Yeah, this isn't for me." And I don't know why I said that. Like I had to have been like distracted by doing something else or something because I was like, "Let me give this Wednesday show a try." The rating is pretty high, so for my standards. So watched episodes 1 and 2 again from the first season and I was like, "Oh, this bitch is autistic." Like or at least what do they call it? Autistic coded character, which I mean, yeah, it's a weird way to describe that, but also Tim Burton, what does he do? Produce, direct that or something? He's involved and that dude's autistic. So, and I feel like yeah, in some ways the Wednesday character there's some cliche things or whatever, you know. I guess I don't know how to say that. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Probably not. Um, Whenever I say that to my wife, do you know what I'm talking about? She's like, "No." Um, what do you mean no? You're supposed to be in my head, seeing all my thoughts and then making them come out clear as day. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So bitch is hilarious and it's like oh my god, I was never that clever with the words coming out of her mouth. Like whoever wrote this shit, bravo, because like I was snarky in my 20s. I was not nice. I delivered happy news with a straight face, like monotone. Anything that I said, I was very monotone and I looked at people like I was always disgusted with them because I was. So she kind of reminds me of me back in the day. I know that's a weird thing to say. But yeah. And I also think I'm not the first to know this. I'm sure there's episodes on other podcasts or somebody somewhere that said this, but it only just occurred to me um after I was watching episodes 1 or 2. So I'm just going to keep watching cuz seems like fun stuff. So anyways, the character is autistic. As far as Jenna Ortega, I don't know her. I don't really I don't really care enough to go do some research on her, so I'll just anyways, so that's that. But for this bullshit that I'm about to say, I like I said, I feel petty. I feel frustrated. I guess I am going to be talking just a little bit more about the fucking bullshit in America. And I know that that's annoying, and I know it doesn't help anything, and I know it's just bitching and complaining, but like for me, I don't know, like I need to just get this out. And someday, maybe if I have the courage, I'll go back and listen to this and be like, oh, that's what I said about that. I don't know. I'm just feeling Friday frustrated, Friday frustrated. That's not even a thing, but it's Friday today, and I'm frustrated. So I've got some stuff to say. And those of you, uh, even in this country, I suppose, lots of you probably won't know who these people are that I'm mentioning. Feel free to go to the handy dandy internet to look up their disgustingness, cause I don't know how to say anything other than what I'm gonna say. So like there's this lady and I'm only talking based off of like these fucking like the independent media that I watch, all the clips that they show, um all the Fox fuckers that they show. It's just cringy to me every time a clip is shown of these motherfuckers. And I just want to reach through the TV and punch, 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 punch their face, is plural. So during what I think are like press briefings or whatever the fuck you call that, it seems like it's almost daily. I'm seeing these clips where Mike Johnson is up there with a bunch of white old people, old men, talking some lies. And there's this, like, I don't know her name, but it's like this little beady eyed lady that stands next to him. Oh, I want to strangle that fucking bitch. Because, like, watch one of those clips where he's talking and she's standing next to him and watch her face. The fucking facial expressions that she makes. Oh my God. I want to strangle them right out of you. It's just disgusting. And these people think that, like, they know what they're talking about. They think that, like, we're all buying their bullshit. She just over there smirking and, like, scoffing and, like, bitch, who the fuck are you? You dumb motherfucker. So, anyways, let's talk about Mike Johnson. I don't even like talking about these people. But Mike Johnson is like the epitome of evil. Like, I think they all are, but he's extra special. He talks like I feel like he's auditioning to be the final boss, the final boss of like a Bible themed horror movie. And every time he opens his damn mouth, it's like sounds like a sermon written by a demon. You know, like if Evil had a podcast, it would just be him reading legislation over a continuous loop of children crying. You know, the kind of stuff that he goes to sleep listening to. Um, he's like, I'm all about the church, 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 church fundraising, but only for the end of civil rights. Like, MAGA Mike Johnson, that's the perfect name for him, MAGA Mike, because he fits the bill. And I loathe him. He doesn't open his mouth all the way when he talks because if he does, more lies would come out at a faster rate and he wouldn't be able to fucking control them. So he just talks with like a ventriloquist like mouth. It looks kind of like it's moving, but nothing true is coming out of it. How is this happening? And then my favorite, Christino. Oh my god, I hate her. I hate her. I want to punch her in the face as well. She's got a very punchable face. And like this bitch, she kills a puppy and somehow makes herself the victim. You fucking puppy killer. Like the way that she talks reminds me of like one of those crazy Fox News chyrons. She makes choices also like I don't know. She like she's in some pissing contest to impress the devil, you know? And oh god, she's just insecure. She screams insecurity. She thinks it's okay to dress like a fucking Barbie and boot stomp, and overcompensate and ride a goddamn horse. Like, she's two shitty press cycles away from screaming, I'm a good person! Into a hairbrush. Brush your hair, bitch. Brush your hair. Bitch, like, governs like a mean girl with a Bible in one hand and a hit list in the other. And yeah, like a Bible, like they're all about we're what do they say? Christians? Yeah, we're Christians. We believe in the Bible. We believe in God. We attend church. This is exactly how we're supposed to be acting. Like puppy killing shows character, bitch. You fucking murderer. I'm sorry, but like, and I can't get over it's so annoying to see this clip over and over and over again. The one where she's standing on top of her roof, acting all like important, standing next to a bunch of white men and looking down on the scary crowd of protesters beneath her, where there was just a handful of people and one was wearing a goddamn chicken suit. And she's up there like, look at me. I cannot stand her. Dickhead Stephen Miller, he to me, like, I don't know. I feel like if anxiety and fascism had a baby and left it under a heat lamp, that's kind of what would come out looking like, Stephen Miller. Like, asshole has never smiled unless people are losing their civil rights. He talks like he's allergic to empathy. I'm sure he gets sexually aroused by border walls. I'm sorry I said that, but like, he gets off on dumb shit. Border walls. Oh yeah, border walls. Immigration, deportation. Every time he opens his mouth, I feel like an immigrant fucking gets deported and a dictionary loses a word because he doesn't know how to fucking talk. Like, that dude was a total asshole when he was in high school. Growing up, he was a fucking bully. You just know it. He was a fucking bully. And I think the tables might have got turned on him because he acts like he was the victim of a bullier, that's not a word. He acts like he was the victim of bullying because, like, look at his, like, Napoleon complex. These people, like, think if they slap on a serious face and look concerned and talk in a relatively normal tone, people will have to believe anything that comes out of my mouth, right? No, you're trying too hard. Like, what did you do? Watch what's that movie? No, no. Schindler's List? I could never say that. It's like he watched it and was like rooting for the uniforms, walks around with the confidence of someone who thinks melanin is a threat. He can fuck right off. Fuck right off, Stephen Miller. Fuck right off. Go stand up on a building with Christy Puppy Killer Gnome and throw a party for yourselves at how white and evil you are. Fucking assholes. And you know what also annoys me? I used to like Kristen Welker when, she was like the first female anchor of what is that show? Meet the Press. And then this all happened, and I'm sorry, like, I want to punch you too, bitch, because like you're just letting these assholes talk. You rarely challenge them. You just let them say their fucking bullshit and nod, try to interrupt. You think you're getting your point across, but like it's overshadowed by theirs. Like, come on. You know what I would like to see? Like, I would like to see when, and I don't watch these networks. I don't have cable. I watch the YouTube media stuff that I trust, and they show these clips of like their dumb interviews. They all say the same shit basically. um I would like to see the interviewer, or what do you call them, whoever's reporting the news, that you know what I mean. I'd rather see that person, like, as soon as they start interviewing these evil people, and the first fucking lie out of their mouth, which is basically the first thing they say, I want them to go liar when they're interviewing dumbasses. Like, every time you hear something that's not true, just yell liar. Liar. It's not that hard, but like, you work for bosses that like to suck butts, and Evil Dick is a butt that they like to suck. So maybe they need to grow a pair too. A pair of hearts. What pair did you think I meant? Like, seriously, imagine how funny that would be as well. Like, we need some humor. If I'm watching somebody ask a question to Dickhead Miller and he starts answering and the person goes, liar! Liar! That's all they would be saying the entire time until these people just decide, hey, it's not worth it for us to go onto these networks and give interviews because nobody wants to listen to us. And yeah, they'll continue to blame us or whatever, but like, get them the fuck off the air. They're not saying anything that we need to hear. Like, we already know the way that they think, the way that they act. It's all in plain view. We don't need to listen to their independent, stupid fucking interviews where they're just trying to look important and make sure their evil dick boss is like, good job, stay evil. Like, get them off the fucking air. What is wrong with people? Like, where is your fucking spine? Oh my God, it is so irritating. Like I am tired of people following like what they perceive as like these are the rules that we should be following. This is what I'm told to do. Like you're told to sit there and ask questions and then listen to bullshit and then like attempt to interrupt and think you're getting your point across, but you're not. Like this is so annoying. Stop it. Fucking stop. Like, get people that will actually say something. Or, you know what? Just stop watching network news stations and switch over to independent media where they say whatever the fuck they want. I'm sorry, Apollo. I think I woke him up. My bad. Sorry. Um, I can't help but like, and I know this is annoying. I keep saying the word evil, but it is what it is. These fuckers are evil. And there was this one clip of like three women, MAGA women. They had them like divided into three sections on the TV. So I don't know how to describe it. They were on TV at the same time. And as they were put next to each other, I like to do this thing. I don't really need to do it, but I do it for fun. Where like I hold my hand up in front of my face so that all I can see of their faces are their evil, beady little eyes. Like do it. If you're not sure how to clock evil, do that because watch their eyes just stay black and soulless. They don't match the rest of what's coming off of their face or out of their mouth. You know, the eyes are just dead. They are dead. No soul in them. Like do it. It's gross, but you know, like they all have the same eyes. And I remember I was stationed in England like early 20s and they were just starting to do stuff on like little documentaries on serial killers and I'd never seen stuff like that before. And I remember like just sitting in front of my TV watching these and noticing right away like or having the thought right away that the killer like is so obviously evil and not because of the act that they committed, you know, like killing people, but that's where I started doing like I was like, is this evil? And I remember I would put my hand up in front of my face and try to see if I can't make sense of something, and that's when the eyes stood out to me as like being pretty dead. um I don't know, maybe it sounds ridiculous, but there, that's that. Uh, try that or don't. Don't listen to me. Um, you know, Evil Dick is gone during this like month long fucking shutdown that doesn't seem like it's ever gonna end. And who the fuck leaves a country that is in a shutdown where people not only will but are starving, standing in lines at food banks for food, that they should be able to afford, but they can't now because their fucking stuff has been like canceled, taken away from them. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker's out of the country. Only an evil moron would just fly away and go to Asia. And you know, I just to in case anybody doesn't know, and I'm sorry if this is your first episode, I warned you. Go back and listen to some other ones. I think I'm a little bit nicer. Um, What was I gonna say? Oh, so like I was born and raised in Japan. Lived there for a total of 16 years, only took a 3-year break in between to live in Hawaii. So in Japan it was a total of like 16 years. That's my home country. No, I'm not Japanese, but I fucking love Japanese people. I love Asian people. I love all people that are not evil. And do you know how pissed off I was to see them be so nice to Evil Dick, who doesn't know how to fucking walk in a straight line, doesn't know where he's going, and they're just like bending over backward to be so polite to this guy who they know is not right in the fucking head. And then Korea, and I'm only the people, the individual people. I'm not blaming the whole country. I'm not talking about like Japanese people or Koreans as whole. I am not being racist. This is just where he went, Japan, Korea. And in Korea, they fucking handed him an actual crown, a gold crown. Can you believe this shit? And it's the good part of Korea. Like, what the actual fuck? And I was like, why? Is this a joke? I was like looking up all kinds of stuff. And it turned out to be true. And I was like, this can't be happening. Why are they doing this? And it was their version, I guess, of like trying to appease him to make sure that like they can still, I don't know, shit's still affordable somehow with trade. I don't know. I don't understand all that fucking shit. But they were doing it to just kind of, it's like butt sucking, man. Butt sucking. You're butt sucking. You sucking up anything good? No, you're not. Giving over a fucking crown. Are you serious? Like, go ahead, embolden Evil Dick, who's already out of his mind, and half of him has just disappeared. Like, there's just air in his head. Oh, that's just it's being petty. But do you know what? Like, I would say come back, but it's worse when he's here. And he can go fuck off with his stupid ballroom, like I've talked about before. Like, a ballroom. Oh my God, just the word. Who says ballroom anymore? Who's going to ballrooms? Like, I think of what is that show? Bridgerton? When I hear ballroom, that's what I think of, because and I like Bridgerton, and I'm not saying that like their scenes were set in ballrooms, but like that's the first thing that comes to mind is like people in these like uppity styles of clothing, being all polite and proper, and like, dancing with each other and la 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 la, and just doing the things they think they're supposed to be doing when they don't have to be. Like, that's what comes to my mind. And also the 1980s and 90s. Like, who is so excited about building ballrooms? And fuck the bunker that you're building underneath it that you think nobody knows about. You fucking like fuck Hitler, man. Hitler is stuck in Evil Dick's body, reincarnated in the form of Evil Dick. Building a fucking bunker. And fuck people bitching about the Canada Reagan ad that's been airing and circulating. I think it's brilliant because anything Canada does is brilliant. By the way, just a little tangent. I couldn't believe after my last episode when I was talking about how like all the good singers come out of Canada, and I forgot to mention my girls Tegan and Sarah. What? Blasphemy. They don't know who I am, but I'm just putting out an apology. Whoopsie, I forgot my favorite band is Canadian. Um, but yeah, that ad, I liked that ad. Makes so much sense. Canada doesn't fuck around. They're not putting up with this bullshit, evil toddler crap. And fuck ICE, and fuck the people who are pretending to be ICE, like the Proud Boys and the other fucktard boys clubs names there are. Like, how are people on the media still using like ICE as like a generalization for the people that are snatching other people off the streets? Like, those are not all ICE. Like, it's so obvious. They're wearing fucking jeans. And I'm watching these videos, and I'm like, I am not trying to sound like I'm blaming the people that are like filming it, because they should be, and I'm glad that they are. People need to see this. But like, is there anybody around ever that like just sees these people in jeans is like, okay, you're not real. You're not real ICE. And like the police or something when they're walking around in jeans and bandana covering their faces, and like a fucking vest that you ordered from Amazon. Come on, man. That is not ICE. Like, they would at least be wearing uniforms that looked like actual uniforms that people wear. And why are they just being allowed to do what the fuck they're doing? Why are police not arresting them? Even if you did sign up to become ICE, like, you're walking around in a pair of jeans, you dumb fucks. And I don't get it. I don't like, and I hear other people say like, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Like, how do you sleep at night? You know what? I bet the majority of these assholes sleep just fine at night, because just fine at night because this is who they are. Finally, they get to come out and be themselves and fear no consequences. That's who these people are. Like, I bet the majority of them are happy about what they're doing because they've always wanted to do it and now they get to. This is disgusting. Human beings are being treated just as less than if they're not like part of the evil dick um minion club. I don't know. I'm just so sick of it. And people say that these motherfuckers are dumb, that they're stupid, and in some ways, yeah, I agree that they are, but in other ways, I don't think they're that. I think they're actually, they know what they're doing. They know how to go about getting what they want, and they're fucking doing it. And they're being allowed to do it. And why? Why are we just following regular old Congress rules that are not fucking working? This is something that's never happened before. This level of cruelty, taking away SNAP benefits, taking away rights, fucking with veterans. God, like this is not normal shit. So why are Democrats, and I know that the ones that are doing actual work, I'm not meaning to generalize like all of them because that's not true. But like why aren't they coming up with something better than just let's wait for them to come back and see if we can't strike up a deal? Like fuck. You're just gonna follow the old fucking rules and let the other side break them? Break every single one. Because they want to line their pockets with fucking greed. People like that, nothing is ever enough for them. Like, look at Elon Musk, that motherfucker. Isn't that dude's like the richest in the world, I think. And it's like, that doesn't satisfy him. He wants more. Evil Dick wants more suffering. He wants people to bow down to him. Like, this is just some ridiculous, insane, surreal crap happening. It's crazy to me. And this is a country that has more resources. Um, there's more good than not good, in my opinion. Like, there's just more of the good peeps than there are of the shit peeps. Oh, I said peeps. Oh my God. People. Um, I actually feel better that I got that out. Let me see what I'm doing time. Oh shit, 27 minutes? Oh my God, I thought that was like 10. Okay, well, I think that's all I really have to say for this one. If you listen this far, maybe thank you. Don't leave me any mean comments. That's not nice. I already know what I'm doing is pretty petty for my age or just in general, but like, I don't care right now. I don't care. I just wanted to say this. Maybe I wanted someday go back and listen to like this is how I felt about what the bullshit was like going on at this time in history or whatever. Um, but if you listen to this far, chances are you probably agree with some of the things I said, right? I'm not trying to sway anybody. I'm just here trying to vent. And it's weird, isn't it? That like I would rather vent to a podcast than a person. Oh my God, because there's nothing, when you want to vent, you do not want to hear somebody give you some like rational, like logic shit. You don't want to hear that when you're venting. Like, shut your fucking face. Like, I don't want to hear you say, it's okay. This won't be like that forever. Even though I've said that before, but I wasn't venting. Like, when I vent, I don't want to be interrupted. I want somebody to vigorously nod along with me. Like, yeah, yeah, bitch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah. But no. People are too polite. So I'm venting to a podcast. I am sitting in my room with two cats back here, um, sleeping. So I guess they're not too affected, but this feels way better than venting to an actual person. However, I know that there's got to be somebody like me who's this petty out there. So, hope to hear from you. My email is somewhere wherever the description for this episode is, so you don't even have to leave a comment. Just send me an email. Be like, oh, Yeah, me too, or something. Or just don't. I'll probably do this again in the future, but I won't make this a regular thing. I just needed to get all of this shit out of my fucking head. Okay. Well, I'm ticking it up so it gets to exactly 30 minutes. That sounds a little bit ridiculous, but I have 10 seconds left to get there. So I want to say thank you for listening. Sorry about all this, but also not sorry. And goodbye.